Hello everyone, welcome to my Journalism of the Heart news channel. The story for today is but in the second episode of the new season, fans were introduced to Domenica and Jack Miller. Both of Italian heritage, both dog lovers, both vegetarian, both funny in a quirky way. Those might sound like small enough connections, but this was a better match than we MAFS fans have seen in a long time. Even resident expert Mel Schilling called them her early favorites of the season, while John Aiken called them an Italian power couple. But as the love match plays out on screen we, much like Carrie Bradshaw, couldn't help but wonder, have these two made it in the real, non-experimental MAFS world? Thankfully, we have a few major clues that they've gone the distance. Most recently, Domenica let slip that she's still with Jack in an interview on SAFM in Adelaide. When asked how the dogs have been getting on, Dom responded, "It's a full bed when it comes to bedtime, 2 adults and the dogs." Upon realizing she'd fallen into a trap with their question, she added, "Honestly, I don't have enough media training for this." Domenica Jack, they're not just dog parents, now Domenica and Jack are our parents as well. Unlike some of their other co-star couples, Domenica and Jack have been following each other on Instagram since before the show began airing, a surefire sign that things haven't simmered down between this hot couple. And thank the MAFS gods, because we're way too invested in this duo to have our little fangirl hearts crushed. Domenica and Jack also made a joint, live television appearance the morning after their wedding episode aired. The rockier couples have absolutely not done this. Live in Sydney, the pair went on Today Extra the morning after to talk about their budding relationship. Sitting comfortably on the couch with both of their dogs, it was clear they were still getting along like a house on fire. "I knew from the moment I saw Jack, he was kind straight away," Domenica told hosts Sylvia Jeffries and David Campbell. "Obviously straight off the bat we've got so much in common, which breaks the ice," Jack added, saying their nerves melted away as they got to know each other better and found a rock-solid foundation. Domenica and Jack hit it off from the start. Domenica and Jack are also tipped to make it all the way to the final vows as a couple, according to Sportsbet, which is considered a sign of a leak from someone close to production. In a TikTok video shared by a Sydney paparazzi photographer, Jack did look like he was going to arrive at the MAFS reunion alone. However, we'd be taking that one with a grain of salt, with an entire salt shaker, actually, because there's so much evidence to suggest they're a real couple now in March 2022. There's also the fact that they just did a joint photo shoot with our sister site New Idea, where they spoke about a possible future engagement, for real. The first few weeks were really intense, but I really do believe that by pushing us out of our comfort zones, we were able to come out of it stronger. No pressure, no diamonds. Domenica tells the publication. "We definitely discussed how marriage would come about in the real world," Jack added. "Dom is such a caring person. I can see her giving up everything for her children. So I guess you could say, yes, we would make pretty good parents. Things are definitely looking up for these two." Jack and Domenica tell New Idea they've considered a real-life wedding. Another telling sign they might be one of this season's success stories is the hyper-romantic edit they received during their wedding ceremony. "It was like the 9 Network were telling us love these two, THEYRE gonna make it." As Domenica walked towards the wedding venue, her dramatic voiceover was played over the top of that classic romantic reality TV music. "You know, violins, people humming, vibes, even after everything I've gone through, I still believe in love at first sight," Domenica declared. "My parents are living proof of it happening. I just think their love story, well, it's not very modern but I still think it is beautiful. My dad rocked up to my mum's family farm to buy a box of tomatoes and my mum's grandfather said, 'Anna, this is a single man,' and I mean it was the 1980s, but it felt like the 1800s. As she entered the venue and walked down the aisle, seeing Jack for the very first time, her voiceover said, 'My mum looked at him from across the way and they saw each other and she thought that's him. H is going to be the one.' Jack and Domenica were clearly smitten on their wedding day. Covering all the bases straight off the bat at the altar, dogs, vegetarian, Italian, it was clear there was a spark between them. "I'm definitely feeling the chemistry. I just wanted someone who had a really kind smile and beautiful energy," Domenica told the cameras of meeting her groom. "I think the experts have nailed it. Dom is beautiful, she's lovely, and she seems totally unique," added Jack. Not to mention, Dom's psycho aka psychic prediction that her husband would have a connection to the letter M. which, it turns out, is the first letter of his surname Miller, and while their wedding reception took a slight turn when it came time for Domenica to reveal she had divorced her ex-husband 18 months ago, her nerves were somewhat settled when Jack and his friends accepted her responses to their questions. Most importantly, Jack told his bride, "It would be inappropriate for me to judge somebody on their past, everyone's got a past. I've only known you for a very short time, but you being that honest shows me that you're in this. I don't see anything negative about that, I really don't." That is all for today news. Thank you for watching to my channel. Please be sure to leave your comment and subscribe below for more news update.